Top Gun. Let's get into it. Top Gun is from 1986. It lasts about an hour and 50 minutes. Stars Tom Cruise as Maverick, Val Kilmer as Iceman, Anthony Edwards as Goose, and Kelly McGillis as Charlie. Yeah. And it's... Did you see this, the Thor? This is the definition of a true cinematic classic. Really? Yeah. No. It's not very good. What are you talking about? This is a great movie. If you're lactose intolerant, don't watch this movie. It's filled with cheese. It's a great movie. Nope. What's the tagline for Top Gun? Up there with the best of the best. Okay. So the movie opens with some cool cinematic shots of some jet fighters getting ready for takeoff. Yeah, the music's nice. Yeah, it is, yeah. And then it goes into a kick-ass song. Danger Zone. Yeah. And then you see the jets taking off, flying about. Listen, this movie is visually stunning. And the soundtrack is great. That is just not a good movie. It is a good movie. So we join some of the pilots in action. We meet Cougar and Merlin. Each jet has a pilot and a navigator. Merlin is Cougar's navigator. The other jet fighter we see holds Maverick, the pilot, and his navigator, Goose. Suddenly, while they're flying about, they find some enemy aircraft. Yeah, who is the enemy? Well, it's never specified who it is. They just say the other side and things like that. They don't actually mention any country, which is a good thing, I think. Sure, cowards. It's no cowards. It makes it age better, you have to admit that. I suppose. So no shots are fired, but there's a bit of back and forth, chasing each other around. Cougar freaks out, and he's sweating and he can't handle the pressure. Yeah, Maverick has to guide him down to safety, back to the aircraft carrier. How do they defeat the enemy? How do they chase them off? Well, there's some tactical manoeuvres involved. No. Tom Cruise flies upside down in an aeroplane and gives the other pilot the middle finger. And that scares them off. Well, I don't think it scares them off, but they do leave after that.
Oh, I don't blame them.
It's rubbish. It's not. Anyway, when they get back on board, Cougar quits, and then Maverick and Goose are told that was some dangerous stuff you did up there, but it was also very brave. You two guys are going to Top Gun. Yeah, it's this like training school here. They'll spend 5 weeks learning combat flying with the best in the world. Well, the best in America, I suppose. And this movie is Cheese City, like I said, with all the quotes.
Son, your ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
I feel the need for speed.
It's ridiculous, it's quality. These are great quotes. Oh my goodness. I guess you had to be there in the 1980s. So Maverick and Goose get to Top Gun, the training school, and yeah, and obviously Maverick arrives on a cool bike, looking like a cool dude, while music's playing. Every scene of this movie, there's music playing. When he's talking to a lady, when he's fighting other jets, when he's just sad and emotional, there's always music. Yeah, that it's always so cheesy. Straight away, Maverick is being eyed up and clearly disliked by the top pilot in the country, Iceman. Yeah, Iceman and his little mate, Slider, just don't like anyone. Well, I don't know about that. I know they don't like Maverick. They see him as a loose cannon, as a death of the renegade, I guess so. As a death of the Maverick. Yeah, well, yeah. But... Who wrote this? Listen, this is great. Let's carry on. So after the first day of classroom training, they head out to a club that night. It's filled with all these, like, cool pilot dudes, all dressed the same, all looking like just the kind of people you don't want to meet. Well, I don't know about that. While they're there, Maverick spots a woman that he likes. Yeah, this is Charlotte. So he approaches her, and instead of just asking if he can join her or asking if he can buy her a drink, he sings to her really badly.
She's lost that loving feeling.
She's like, no, she hasn't.
You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips. But baby, believe me, I know it.
It's a good song, but not on this occasion. It's a good song. Just ask her number, you absolute weirdo. And then she goes to the bathroom, and Maverick follows her into the ladies' bathroom. Arrest him! Anyway, she's still not falling for his charms, his crimes. Well, the next day, back in the classroom, all the trainees are told there's going to be a civilian contractor coming in, and this is Charlie. Charlie is an expert on these fighter jets. Yeah, and guess what? It's Charlotte. Charlie's short for Charlotte. Then we get the first training mission. Yeah, the first of many flying scenes. Yeah, there's a lot of flying in this movie. Yeah, there is. A lot. Yeah, well, you'd be complaining if there wasn't any. Yeah, come on. There's not much story here. It's just flying. Well, it's not the strongest story, isn't it, in cinema, I suppose, but it's still a story, and it's still enjoyable. Sure. Then after this, Charlie invites Maverick for dinner because she wants to hear about his flying manoeuvres. Sure she does. I bet she does this every time there's a bunch of new recruits in this school. Well, she invites him for dinner. He starts to play a real manly game of volleyball with his friends, where they're all shirtless and sweaty. Well, yeah, and they're playing this song, Playing with the Boys. Yeah, Playing with the Boys is a good song. Yeah, don't read too much into it. And then he heads straight to Charlie's house, stinking. Well, he gets to her house and says, listen, I'm just going to have a shower, okay? And she's like, nope, quite rightly. Yeah, it's a bit rude to assume you could just go into someone's house and have a shower. So they have dinner. They don't even kiss, and she's like, see you later. And he says, right, I'll go and have a shower at home. A cold shower. He doesn't say that. You know that's what he means. No, it's not. After the next day's training mission, Maverick gets some negative feedback from Charlie. Yeah, so he goes off in a huff. I don't like this guy. I like Tom Cruise, because he's the same height as me. Don't say that. I like Tom Cruise, though. That he is, in this movie, I don't like Maverick. He's a huffy, styled, arrogant little tit. Charlie speaks to him after class, and she says, I can't give you any favourable treatment. Yeah, she says something like, I don't want others to know I'm falling in love with you while cheesy music plays.
I was afraid that everyone in that tax trailer would see right through me. And I just don't want anyone to know that I've fallen for you.
And then they have sex while cheesy music plays. Well, it's love. Nope. And then they meet Goose's family. Goose is his best friend. Yeah, Goose's family, his wife Meg Ryan and a little boy. Yeah, and they're clearly like such a perfect little family. I hope Goose will be okay. Well, after this is time for another training mission. There's a bit of danger involved. It's a bit of cat and mouse with the instructors. Maverick's plane gets into trouble, so he and Goose have to eject. Yeah, so Goose, so the two eject their seat. Maverick flies out, as you'd expect. Goose flies up, smashes his head on the canopy of the plane. Oh, dear Goose. Then he lands in the water, dead. Yeah. So now Maverick is distraught. He's heartbroken, and he's lost his best friend. And he decides, that's me, I'm quitting Top Gun school. Good. He goes to speak to the senior instructor, Viper, and Viper talks to him while, guess what? Cheesy music plays. Viper kinda lifts him up a bit and says, listen, you're one of the best, your dad was a great pilot, I think you've got what it takes. So next thing you know, it's a graduation event, everyone's dressed in their best uniform, all fancy, and Maverick just turns up. I don't know if he even finished training, did he? Oh, he must have, but because he turns up to the graduation event. Yeah, and there's this coveted award for like the best Top Gun trainee of this session. And guess who wins it? Iceman. Not Maverick. Val Kilmer wins it. Anyway, then Viter says, listen, some of you are going straight into action because there's a viable threat. The other side has sent some enemy planes into our airspace. You have to go and get them. So it's straight into action. It's a massive airfight between the jet fighters of the Top Gun guys and the MiGs of the enemy. Yeah, pretty kill scene, I'll give it that. Really cool, actually. And Maverick, because he's like such a flake, he's the alternate. He sits on the ground. One of the other pilots' plane gets damaged, so he has to come back down and land. Yeah, and then Maverick has to go out and take his place. And of course, save the day. Maverick uses some fancy fly-ins, has some near misses, and uses some tactical manoeuvres that only he could do to save Iceman and himself and take out the enemy MiGs. Yeah, pretty cool.
Maverick, you can't leave him. Come on! Maverick! What the hell are you doing? Here comes the shotty.
That a bit predictable. Well, they land, get back to the aircraft carrier, big hero reception for Maverick. And then Iceman, who's been sort of his rival this whole movie, touchdown and goes, "You," and then they hug, and he says,
"You can be my wingman anytime."
and Maverick says,
"Bullshit. You can be mine."
and then they both laugh and fall in love. They don't fall in love, they act like it. After this, we see Maverick speaking to his direct superior, and his direct superior says to him, well, you've got free reign, you can go anywhere in the world, and you can do whatever you want in this job. The world's your oyster. So Maverick says, I want to be a Top Gun instructor. So that's what he does. Looks like that's his future now. He's going to be a Top Gun instructor because he's done 5 weeks of training. Well, he's also had the real battle. Yeah, but he's like 19. He's not 19, he's in his mid to late 20s. Sure. He still hasn't grown. Stop that. The movie ends with Maverick sitting in a bar alone, reflecting on everything. Yeah, and then suddenly someone puts on a song in the jukebox. You've lost that love and feeling. And it's Charlie. It's the first time they've seen her for about an hour. They get together, they have a big kiss, and the movie ends. Oh, how cheesy. Oh. Give me some trivia. Right, fine. Tom Cruise didn't want to make this movie until the jet fighters took a nut, and then when they landed, he ran straight to a payphone and he's like, I'm in, I love it. See the older guy that Charlie meets in the club? Yeah, when Maverick sings to her. Yeah, that's the real life writer. Oh, that's pretty cool. And do you know who Anthony Edwards is? Yeah, Goose. Yeah, he's the only casting ender who didn't vomit once in the jets. Oh, nice. Well, that's Top Gun from 1986. Let us know what you think. Yeah, I know what I think. Yeah, this is a great movie. It's a classic. I grew up with this. I really like this movie. Great music, great visuals, good story, no story, good story, no story. We're not so keen. I thought it was rubbish. Looks cool, sounds cool, but not good. Cool, yes. Good, no. Hit like, hit subscribe, watch another video. I feel the need for speed.